Hi, everybody. So I got back on, y'all. So I'll be doing my videos on my laptop for a while. I'll just work on the lighting or something. Okay, y'all. So I have been talking to God specifically about mastery. Okay. And there's something that I realized even when I'm listening to the celebrities, like what they were doing. Okay. And kind of like what I was doing, but I stopped doing it and I regret that I stopped doing it and I'm just picking it right back up. So I want to talk to y'all about what I learned, what God told me about fastest way to growth and mastery. It's kind of ridiculous and not everybody can do it. You will have to protect your peace while you're doing it, but it's just the fastest way. Okay. Um, and I would think that you would pretty much know how much time you're going to spend. You would probably have full control over the process really fast. You'll have full control, and there won't be no surprises because of what you're doing. So, what I've learned about mastery, just thinking about how I started to get really good at creative writing during my mentorship. Hi, everybody. Waiting to get more people in here. I can't tell if people are finding this video. Hi, everybody. If there are people here listening, please let me know. If you can hear me, please let me know. Okay, if you can't hear me, please let me know. This video is very important. All right, it's very important. Now, what I'm about to say is not going to be easy for some of y'all to do because who knows, how much money you spent already or how attached you are to other stuff. But this is what I learned about growth, fast growth. The fastest you can get it and the fastest you can master something is it requires you to eliminate all other options. Okay? All other ways have to be eliminated. It's not going to be easy because we as humans have been raised to think the grass is greener, to always need to try something new, or always need to variety. So if you eliminate the variety, but keep the main things that you need to master in whatever you're doing. So no other forms, no other recipes. You keep the same recipe, but you have the critical techniques in that recipe. The main things that would make that recipe abundant. Okay, the most critical ones you would have in that recipe, but you wouldn't have no other recipes, nothing else to use. This applies to anything, like if you're growing your hair, if you're working out, if you're trying to become a great writer, if you're trying to become a great artist, literally eliminate all other options. For example, you may be an artist that only work with these the three brushes, and you only do a certain amount of strokes, and you only do a certain type of art. It's not that you're limiting yourself, it's that you are trying to master the main techniques and you're trying to not be intimidated by having so many options. Okay? So you're really trying to like micro focus in to one type of creation that will allow you to practice techniques, but yet you don't have no other option. So, like for example, and I'll give y'all examples how like a lot of famous people have done it this way, and y'all may not realize that they have. Okay, you may not realize that they have. And I have done this with creative writing, except I got off track, and now I'm just going to go back on track, and I'm actually going to do this like 6 months. Every 6 months, I'm gonna do it for 6 months, and then do another form for 6-7 months. You can switch recipes, but you want to do one recipe for a ridiculously long time. Okay, you want to do it for a long time before you even switch. You want to be fully programmed before you even switch to another option. So, for example, when you read Yeats poems, Yeats he writes the same type of poems. He never writes any other type of poem. Yeats has the same voice, same style, like Yeats from all other writers. Same thing with Emily Dickinson. She wrote the same type of poems with the same form, same format, same approach. Okay. That allowed her to focus. After a while, she didn't have to focus on form and structure anymore. All she had to do was just keep doing the techniques, which is why she became such a master at metaphor so fast. At such a young age, the woman was a master metaphor genius. But it was because of the repetition, the constant, endless repetition of the same type of writing in the same form, and mostly on the same themes, same emotions she was writing on. So let's look at Charles Bukowski. Charles Bukowski wrote in stream of consciousness with no punctuation, only about the ghetto and hard life stuff. He never changed themes. He never changed themes. He never changed style. He never changed technique, and he actually never edited his work. He was just consistent with the same type of writing. Okay. So it even applies to hairdo. If you wear the same hairdo, the same 2-strand twist, and you use the same product that always worked, and you never switch, okay, you're gonna have mastery of 2-strand twist and fast growth, because you are not confusing your head with all the different options and all the different products and all the different styles. Okay. Believe it or not, growth really wants us to celebrate the one. Okay. The number one. So pick something, like, for example, there's this famous guy. He's the most famous minimalist in the world. He literally eats the same meal every day. He never changes it. Can you imagine how much money he's saving by the fact that he stays within a certain budget that's comfortable for him, with shopping for his food, and he's eating the same food every day? Imagine how stress-free he feels, that he never have to think about a new recipe or a new way of eating or where to get this on sale. He doesn't have any of the stress we have because he eats the same damn food every day. He probably shops at the same store. He's in and out that store. He doesn't have to struggle with cooking because he's been eating the same food for years every single day. He's probably a master at cooking fish at this point, whatever fish he's eating. He's probably a master at cooking whatever soup and vegetables that he's been eating with this fish. The point is, you don't have to be a master at everything. You have to be a master at one thing to say I'm a master in that field. Like, you can be a master doctor of brain surgery, but not of orthopedic or whatever. It could be just in that field. Try not to be a master of everything, because then really you're mastering nothing. You're just thinking you're mastering everything in that field. So until you become ridiculously mastered, like, you should be a bona fide genius in a certain area of a certain field before you even switch to a different genre. Okay, you should be a bona fide genius in storytelling before you even think of switching to poetry to become a master poet. Okay, you have to be fully programmed in one area before you can switch. You should be like a robot doing that thing before you switch to another genre. Okay, so I'm telling y'all no lie. Like, for me, I'm canceling my gym membership because I'm just gonna be all I'm not going to say what exercise I'm doing, but I'm doing this one exercise and nothing else because I'm sick of like, oh, I got to switch to weightlifting, or I got to switch to dancing. It's like all of that, have to refocus, pull up a new program, pull up a new skill set, all these options. It's making it so that I can't master one of them. Okay. If all of them work, then why not just master one and because it worked? Like, why do you need them all? Because you're just spreading yourself thin. So that's what I plan to do. Like, I plan to actually bust. That's my New Year's resolution. One of them is to narrow everything down to one. I don't even want options anymore. I don't want no options. Like, I don't want optional clothes. Because I can't master wearing a certain outfit if I'm wearing this outfit, this company, that company. It starts to be like, okay, I got to change my washing routine. I got to change detergent. I got to change that. Living systematically in the celebration of one is peaceful. Think about it. If you have all green towels only in your bathroom, do you have to think about changing to this detergent to wash your white towels, to wash your red towels? No, life gets pretty peaceful when it's very systematic. And it is the path to genius, to being a genius. With Steve Jobs actually had it correct, but applying that in every area of our life is the key, not just when we're trying to make money. Okay, it's important to apply it in every area. Like, you go to the same place for drinks and karaoke. You eat at the same place. I know people think like that's ridiculous. Like, but I can tell you right now, like when you start hopping around to different places, you start to dealing with different energy, different problems with the cashiers. Your money flow out of your hands differently. You spend money differently. The bills is different. The charges in the different place. See what I'm saying? Like, options may seem like a good idea, but the way that they take from you and steal from you, the way all this option switching, steal your time and energy, and waste anything that you're good at. See, that's the problem. Okay. Now, of course, like if you're having fun, let's say that you're like, yeah, I'm a person that love to have fun outside my house. Then fun also needs to be something that you minimize in a way. Meaning this, if you're into art, then you go to 99% art activities. Okay, if you go to anything that's not art, that's not your favorite, like art, then you're pretty much wasting your money, even if you just like it. Okay, so let's say I love art. I love art. I can do art all day. But I kind of like going to the movies. I just kind of. It makes no sense to go to the movies because the low liking thing is going to be trying to steal the energy of the thing that I really, really like, which is art. So I might as well put all my money and my time into art activities rather than just going to the show. Okay, it might be seeming like I'm keeping my life fresh and interesting, but I'm actually lessening my power in art by spreading my energy around so much. Okay. So I really think that we like in America, we're so hooked on options. And that is why a lot of us are struggling with mastery. For example, in Asia, they don't have options when they're little with mastery of gifts. If they play the violin, they play the violin. They're not playing the violin and the drums and the tuba and all this different stuff. They start very young, mastering one thing in each area of their life. This is why their brain is so powerful in everything they're doing. Okay. Like Asian people will eat the same food for dinner, whatever. They're not eating Italian food, Mexican food. They're eating just all Asian food. And they it's pretty much the same thing on a weekly basis, at least. So they're not running down their brain. Even when you're using apps, like, I know it may sound fun to be like on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, but actually it starts to become a problem, because it's like your brain here, there. See what I'm saying? So it's better to be like, I'm just only a YouTuber, or I'm only a Facebooker. Like bust it down, y'all. I'm serious. You'll find that you're in and out. Like, got on the app, you're gone. You're not even spending extra time on the apps, because you're like on one app. Okay. And also in my ebook that I talk about why it's important to do that. Okay. You'll find that there's some sort of magic that happens, like a superpower magic that happens cosmically in you when you operate, where you just celebrate the one. Like the one thing. Like, I remember when I was like so powerful at manifesting, y'all. Each time I was so powerful at manifesting, it's because I was in that one energy. No lie, y'all. I'm telling y'all, no lie. For example, back in 1990, 1997, 2000, back in the year 2000, I manifested like a boatload of gift cards. I was getting $100 tips, $200 tips, y'all. I was making $7 an hour, but my salary was more than that, because that's how big my tips was. I had rich men trying to talk to me, like billionaires, millionaires asking me, like, are you single? One of the richest men in America asked me to join him in the lounge, basically for a little brunch or whatever. That is how high I was vibrating. But when I tell y'all I was in the one energy, I was hardcore in the one energy. I literally wore the same sneaker companies, the same underwear companies, the same workout colors. My outfits were all the same brand, all the same colors. I wore my hair the same damn way. I wore the same damn scent. This was like 2 years straight of this. No lie, y'all. Okay. I drank the same tea every morning. I ate the same power bar. I ate the same lunch, was a tuna salad. Only time my diet changed was on Saturdays. That was it. And only for dinner, when we had our cookouts, and I still ate the same meat. So what I'm saying, y'all, it's not just mastery of something. It's that put your vibration way up there. Way up there. Okay? Because most of the world is addicted to options. Most of the world is thinking the grass is greener. When you're like, I don't, you're vibrating higher than most of the people in your whole state. Okay? This is the honest truth. I know it's hard to believe, because we've been raised as kids like options. And so we don't think that like having no options could be that powerful. It's not even about minimalism. It's about the fact that you have all that space in your metaphysical space, because there is no other options there. There's no other options in your metaphysical space. Only the same script, So whatever that script can give you in abundance, it has to give you, because there is no competition. That script, that metaphysical script, has no competition. So let's say you only wear high-end sneakers that are like, $80 and up. And that's the only sneaker company you wear, Nike sneakers, $80 and up. Okay. See, you're going to stay in that high vibration of high quality shoes. So there's no way you're going to manifest low quality shoes, because that's all like only Nike, $80 Nikes, $100 Nikes. That's it. And same thing with your clothes. If you keep shopping from the same high brand company, then and let's say in every area of your life it's the same high end brand of each part of your life, then you're cornering the value system in the metaphysical space. You're speaking loud and clear. I'm worth a lot, and there's no other competition. But this is it. This is it. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, no lie. Getting very redundant and ridiculously repeating the same exact same thing that will lead you to a mastery in something is the key. You know, I'm telling y'all, some of y'all may not believe this, but it is the key. Like, this is why I'm not doing no more videos on my cell phone anymore. As much as I like doing videos on my cell phone, I'm trying to master everything with my laptop. So I'm just using my cell phone to answer a phone call from now on. I really work a lot with my laptop. So me going from laptop, cell phone, that's giving me a headache. It's playing with my energy, and it's causing, too many overlapping of different actions when I can just do everything on my laptop. I could literally pack this laptop up, take this to a library, take this to a park. I could write my books on the same thing, get on the same app, YouTube, on the same laptop, and with my webcam, the quality of the video will be better when I put my webcam on. See what I'm saying? I can take my whole show on the road if I just only use my laptop. See, I think that people are going from cell phone, laptop, cell phone need to be for phone calls only. Like, seriously, y'all, when you go from cell phone apps, laptop apps, it's and then TV apps, it all gets to be like you're all over the place. This is what's causing brain rot. We're all over the place. Too many options is causing brain rot. And we don't even realize it, y'all. We think that just scrolling and streaming and surfing is doing it. It's too many options. Too many options. When I literally busted my hair product down to being 20% of how many products in here, I noticed like peace in my hair. Almost like my hair was like, thank you for getting rid of the metaphysical connection with all this other stuff. You see what I'm saying? But it's not easy to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again at the same damn time at the same. It's not easy for us humans. Animals do it. They get up. I watch Hansi. He gets up around the same time. He goes to eat at the same time. He runs around at the same. Animals can be very systematic, very, unless we throw them off their routine. But I'm telling y'all, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. Look, time is money. Time is your greatest asset. So if you can get something mastered and done fast, in peace without stress, you might as well do it. For example, there's a couple that lost all their weight. There's an obese couple on YouTube, and they lost all the weight and they look good. And how they did it was eating only potatoes. They was on a starch diet for like 2 months. Now that might seem like hard and ridiculous, but guess what? They got it done. They knew how much money they was going to spend, and they found different ways to season the potatoes, but they knew what they was going to buy at the store. They knew every day what they was going to eat, how much energy it was going to take to cook the potatoes. So I've decided that I'm busting my literary writing life down to like the same template with my stories. So I'm gonna do it like I write only this type of poem in the mornings and only this type of story in the evenings at night. using the same templates. I'm gonna do this experiment on myself. Okay. I'm used to writing all this different stuff, all these different bodies of work. I'm gonna stick with the same template for as long as I can stick with it. Now, here's the thing with art: you might run out of like themes. So you do have to research so that you can keep doing the thing, ideas for the theme, but you just keep using the same template. What you're eliminating is any struggle in anything else but the actual content you're putting in. So you don't have to worry about nothing else but the content, because you got the structure, you got the theme, and all you got to worry about is the main idea under the theme. So really, if you sit down like and you say, I'm going to write a bunch of love poems in this same format with this same template, then you could go ahead and make a ridiculously long list of what you think love is, many ideas of what love is. Okay. And then you could just say, I'm going to use this same template for every single poem, for every single idea of love that's on this list. Okay. So maybe you got 100 ideas of what's love. Your main theme is love. You got all these main ideas. You got 100 main ideas for what's love, but you got the same template. Okay. So you just keep following it. What I think is going to happen is that extra space, if you're not having to think about using a template, it's going to be useful when you're coming up with content for your main idea. So you're just going to be stronger at the content because you don't have to worry about the structure. Okay. But of course, in order to keep doing that for a long time, like months, you would have to have done some good research on many ideas that could be love. So maybe you just spend a week and like coming up with main ideas. What's love? What's love? What's love? What's love? What's love? Maybe you'll come up with 120 main ideas of what's love. And then you just use the same template for each one, the same structure. But this template and structure is going to be someone else's that you're using. See? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know if there's somebody in here who can still hear me. Is there someone still listening? I can't tell if anyone's still listening. But yeah, I think that's how the main important things that are in that field you would master faster, because everything else is laid out for you. You ain't got to think of anything else. See what I'm saying? So I'm literally going to spend 6 months experimenting on myself. I'm going 3 to 6 months. I'm trying to go all the way to 6 months where I'm experiment with the type of story I'm writing or prose piece, template for that, and template for writing a poem. The same thing, nothing else. Same template. I'm also going to do this with my exercise. I ain't doing nothing else. Okay? Nothing else. And I'm also not going to use any other technology but my laptop. Like, I don't care if I'm not home. I guess I'll got to wait till I get home to get on my laptop or whatever. I'm also going to do this with my morning and breakfast meal. Because I'm not the dinner cook, I can't really determine that. But my morning and breakfast is going to be the same thing. Like, this is what I eat for breakfast. This is what I eat for lunch. I'm not going to change. It's going to be like 3 months of this. Like, fish salad for lunch, bacon, egg, sausage, and OJ, and oatmeal for breakfast. Same thing. I'm going to do this at least 3 to 6 months to see what happens with my body and my weight, and see if it seems like it's, it's all working out for me faster. I know that that's how it's done, but I want to experiment on myself. So I'm going into the new year doing like genius mastery experiments, just eliminating any options for some months to see what happens. I hope y'all will consider to do this just to see what results you can have. So I'm not getting no other style but two strand twists. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to wear my hair out. I'm going to go 3 straight months, at least 3 to 6 months with 2 strand twists, just to see what results I get. I'm not going to wear it out. As soon as I get a shampoo, it's like instant 2 strand twists. Just to see what happens. Because I know what happens when I go from wearing my hair out to 2 strand twists. But what would happen if I only wore 2 strand twists for 3 to 6 months? See, I think this is what we're supposed to be doing. Like, what would happen if I just did this only for months? That's the ultimate challenge, because we have too many options in this world. We have too many ways to do stuff. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Bye, everybody.